It doesn't matter whether you own a dog, cat, bird, snake, or some other pet, or you work in a zoo with reptiles, large cats, and other carnivores. Primates, elephants, porcupines, meerkats, pigs, rats, mice, alligators, fish, sharks, whales, horses, donkeys, cows, pandas, hippos, rhinos, sheep, kangaroos, possums, or cockatoos. I'm running out of breath, but you get the picture. It doesn't matter what species you work with. Positive reinforcement will work for all of them, and it will work for you. Behavior is a result of past consequences. Animals are constantly moving towards the things they want, i.e. reinforces, and away from the things they don't, i.e. punishes. If you are already using positive reinforcement in your training, then great. You would have seen with your own eyes what empowered animals look like. They have more confidence. They show a tendency to explore their environment more. They tend to handle stress better, and we enjoy higher levels of trust and better relationships with them. If you don't use positive reinforcement, or if you're unsure if it is right for you, then everything I just mentioned is what you and your animals have to look forward to when you make that switch. The first step to implementing it, however, is having a fundamental understanding of what reinforcement is, how it works, and how you can make it work for you in your situation. Providing tools and resources that help spread this information and improve the lives of animals and humanimals everywhere is my mission. My goal is not only to help empower animals, but also to help empower you with the tools and resources that you need to succeed. And that's exactly what my new online course is designed to do. But why should you listen to me? I've been working internationally now for 10 years in America, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand as a professional animal trainer, contributing significantly to a huge variety of different organisations. I'm a bird nerd at heart though, and my career has seen me release hawks out of Ferris wheels, falcons out of large helium balloons, and paraglide alongside trained Egyptian vultures. I've worked alongside numerous species, from penguins to tigers, iguanas and eagles, as well as run zoo-wide training programs across whole zoo teams and collections. I've worked alongside pet owners and their animals, presented at international conferences, and had articles published in industry magazines. It's my goal to spread the word about the most positive and less intrusive methods of animal training and behaviour management available.
Cool.
And this is why I started Animal Training Academy. The information that you will find on my website and in my content is all aimed at disseminating this information. Although I promote reinforcement, I do think it's important that you understand what your alternatives to reinforcement are and why I strongly advocate a management program that has proper environmental arrangement and positive reinforcement at the forefront of its behavioural change hierarchy. As briefly mentioned, the alternative to using reinforcement is punishment. Punishment is the opposite of reinforcement. Like reinforcement, it is something that immediately follows behaviour, but unlike reinforcement, rather than increasing the frequency of behaviour in the future, punishment acts do decrease the frequency. Punishment teaches an animal what not to do, and reinforcement teaches an animal what to do. There are two types of punishment, positive and negative. Positive means something is added to the environment, and negative means something is taken away. For example, what happened the first time you touched a hot stove? Did you get burnt? Did that decrease the frequency of you touching a hot stove again in the future? In the stove example, a burning sensation was added to my finger immediately after the behaviour of touching the element. Consequently, the behaviour of me touching the element was decreased in the future. This makes it positive punishment. So punishment works. Science tells us this. However, I'm not going to advocate adding burning sensations into your animal's environments to help them learn. Effectiveness is not enough. Our training plans also have to be ethical and unintrusive. The other type of punishment is negative punishment. This is when something is removed from the environment immediately after behaviour that serves to decrease the frequency of that behaviour in the future. For example, let's say you're doing training sessions with your animals and things aren't going well and you decide to take timeouts. If whatever your animals are doing before you decide to take the timeouts decreases, then by definition you use negative punishment. Now, the other very important point to take into consideration here is measuring behaviour. Punishment is only punishment if you see a decrease in behaviour in the future. And reinforcement is only reinforcement if you see an increase in behaviour in the future. For example, if you are implementing time out, but you actually got an increase in behaviour, then this isn't punishment. If your animal is not enjoying your sessions and consequently you leaving the environment is something the animal wants, then in this situation, the timeout actually becomes a negative reinforcer. The other thing science tells us about punishment is that it can increase aggression, generate escape avoidance behaviours, create overgeneralized fear of environments, and result in learned helplessness, where your animal basically just gives up trying. Developing a deep understanding of how this stuff works is really fundamental to your success. These variable situations, positive reinforcement, negative punishment, negative reinforcement, they're all constantly playing out in your animal's lives. Your animals are learning every time you interact with them. Some people, though, worry that their situation is unique and applying positive reinforcement won't work for them. Unless your animal has been punished so severely that it's actually given up trying, as I mentioned before, your animal or group of animals is still constantly learning. Therefore, it's our job to figure out what our animal's punishes and reinforcers are. Then we set the environment up so the right behaviours are easier to perform and more reinforcing than the wrong behaviours. And we make the wrong behaviours harder to perform and less reinforcing. Last week I sent out a questionnaire and I want to thank you for the overwhelming response that I received. I would like to help as best I can lead a lot of you to the answers you want. I believe the best way to do this is to really spend some time grasping how this reinforcement thing works. Some of the questions you guys have asked have actually generated ideas for entirely new courses. A lot of them were asking how to deal with specific problems. For example, how to get your animal to come when called, or how to get your dog to do something other than bark at strangers. So here's what I want to propose. I'm thinking about an add-on option when you buy the course to have a one-on-one online consultancy arranged between me and you, where we can take what we learn in the course and apply it to your specific situation and your specific animals. The more ways that we can apply the content to your specific situation and with your specific animals, the better. At the end of the day, we want results. What you will learn in the Clicker Training Fundamentals course will help you prepare an organised training plan that will get your animal good at the behaviours you want to train. You will learn all about reinforcement, how to train a bridge, how to do everything in your power to make sure you have a reinforcer organised so your animal cooperates. The signs to look for that your animal understands what's going on and the pros and cons of using clickers and other bridging stimuli. Primary and secondary reinforcers, how to start training a bridge, how to use your bridge correctly once you have conditioned it, and when bridges can be really beneficial as training tools, how to split your behaviour up into learnable chunks to make the learning process run more smoothly, and how to start shaping new behaviours. In a few days, I'm going to be releasing another video, and we're going to have a look at a case study of me using positive reinforcement, clickers, and shaping to train new behaviours with my cat, Tilo. So look out for that. If there's anything else that you've asked for and that I've missed, I'm going to work overtime to try and add that information either in written content, quiz-based learning opportunities, video/audio content, or by adding that one-on-one coaching option to the course. I want to do my best to deliver a product that answers your questions. So please leave a comment in the comments section below, or on social media, or YouTube, or wherever you're watching this video, and let me know what you think. If you like what you are seeing, or if you don't like what you are seeing. If there's anything that I've missed, if you have some other comment, or you just want to say hi. Whatever it is, I really want to hear from you and get your input. I'm really excited to be launching this new course. The official release date is the 23rd of February, and that will be the 23rd in New Zealand. But for those on the mailing list, you will be the first to hear about it, and I want to try to organise something special for my email subscribers. You can join that mailing list at animaltrainingacademy.com by clicking on the register button. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again in a few days.